After a painful and sobering exit from Europe, the last thing Tottenham needed was to run into Wojciech Szczesny. Where others crumble, we managed to get out on top, grinned Szczesny, the former Arsenal goalkeeper now understudy to Gianluigi Buffon at Juventus. He may have contributed little to a wonderful last 16 tie, but, after more than a decade in North London, he savoured the victory, taunting Spurs fans with a chin-up gesture as he disappeared down the Wembley tunnel on Wednesday night. There was a couple of fans, very vocal next to my bench, who went missing after the 80th minute, so, yeah, I enjoyed it, said Szczesny. Plus, winning at Wembley is always special. I still love Arsenal, I love the club. But I enjoyed it more as a Juventus man because it was an important win. We were in difficult situations throughout the two legs and yet we managed to come out on top. It shows you the great character and spirit of the team, and that made a difference. You need to believe in yourself. We're not here by accident. This club has won so much in the past and it didn't just happen overnight. They've shown it for many years and they showed it again. We've got players who've won the World Cup, they've won 6 championships in a row, and you see that makes a difference in the difficult situations. Remove the North London rivalry and Szczesny's points about spirit and experience simply echo those of his manager Max Allegri and veteran centre-half Giorgio Chiellini, who claimed Tottenham's infamous tendency to wilt had kept Juventus going. It's the history of Tottenham, said Chiellini. They always create chances and score so much, but in the end they always miss something. We believe in the history. This sentiment from the Italian champions will nag at Mauricio Pochettino, who refused to accept. Immaturity had proved costly and applauded the efforts of his players over 2 legs against a team which has reached the Champions League final in 2 of the last 3 years. Deep down, however, Pochettino knows these nights of suffering can become a vital part of the educational process for players destined to compete at an elite level. Allegri spoke of clear minds and cool heads as he made influential changes and knew he could rely on characters seasoned in the art of winning, such as Chiellini and Gianluigi Buffon. Chelsea, for all the millions invested by Roman Abramovich in their domestic success, endured years of heartache at the hands of the more established European clubs before finally getting their hands on the Champions League trophy in 2012. More recently, Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain have needed time to adjust. It is a big step and there is no shortcut to garnering the collective experience, even if that does not sit well with a talented and ambitious coach and his evolving team. Spurs must shake the disappointment and ensure their campaign does not unravel from this point. To pass this test of character may go a long way to silencing the taunts of Szczesny and Chiellini. Pochettino must lead his team back in the Champions League next season if their progress is to continue and target the FA Cup, which presents a marvellous opportunity. They have reached the last 8 by beating lower league trio AFC Wimbledon, Newport and Rochdale, and have the advantage of playing the semi-finals and final at Wembley, their adopted home, if they can win at Swansea on Saturday week. Fail again and the same old criticisms will resurface. It's going to be hard, said Son Heung-min, scorer in Wednesday's 2-1 defeat against Juventus. It's difficult to change the mentality, but the next game is on Sunday and we need to be ready mentally and physically. In all our minds, if we feel ready, we can beat Bournemouth. This is the main thing. We are so young. Last season we had a problem with the Champions League at Wembley, but, this season, no one can say anything about that because we played very well. Nobody thought we'd get through the group stage, but we got through and we played very well against Juventus. I'm disappointed, sad, everything. After the game, the dressing room was quieter than normal. It's a bad feeling when you play better than them and you lose. This hurts a lot. We dominated the game. We should have scored more in the first half. It takes experience, of course, you could say that. But our players are experienced enough. Sometimes you don't score and you lose. That's the thing. We are not through, but I am still proud of our team.